right, good morning, and welcome to what is the last of a long list of lasts, the last parade for 2020. All right, we have a jam-packed parade, and as a result you will be here for an extended length of time. Once the parade is over, please go back to your peer support rooms where your teacher or the 2021 peer support leaders will be running the classes. Now, whether you will be asked to join the running of the classes after that, or whether you will be just allowing the next lot of peer support leaders to take over is up to your teacher. But just be aware that that peer support will be starting before you are there. All right, we have some guest speakers to speak today, Mr. Moran, and we also have a good deal of celebrations, plus some important messages in terms of what's going to happen over the next 5 weeks. So, first of all, please welcome some people from Axiom who have some wonderful opportunities for you, so please make them welcome.
Good morning, Year 12. Thank you so much for having us here this morning. It's really a privilege, and congratulations to you all for making it this far. Well done. You're all to be congratulated. Barry and I are from Axiom, as you've just heard. We're here today just to have a little chat to you about some opportunities that might be of interest. Now, I believe some expressions of interest went out a few weeks ago in regards to some courses that you can do when school finishes for a very low price, so $50. I think there was quite a bit of interest in a few different areas. We have had to kind of narrow it down a little bit because, as you can imagine, we can't offer every single certificate based here at the school. If you can't remember it, these were the courses that we were going to run when school graduates. I think you have a little bit of a break, pretty much come straight back onto campus and jump in and complete a Cert 3 under what's called Cert 3 guarantee funding. Does everyone remember doing a little bit of an expression of interest? Yeah, who might be interested? Yep. Okay, cool. All right. So that's what we're talking about today. Now, the high areas of interest were some courses that gave you a tick in the box with responsible service of alcohol, food handlers, barista, things like that could help you get straight out and get some part-time work while you're going on to further studies or ending up being a career if that's the pathway that you're choosing. That was of very high interest. I believe the transport side of things, logistics and warehousing, was another area of strong interest. Health was right up there as well, and a few other things, but we didn't have quite enough people, unfortunately, to kind of put them together. So we're going to try and offer a couple of options for you here on campus for that block. Now, they all run 2 weeks until the school shuts its doors, and then there'll be a few extra days. You'll probably need to come off school campus into our college at Milton, and if you choose the course that has the barista in it, we'll be heading into the Valley to do that barista course. That's a coffee school that we'll be taking those people to actually, everybody has a coffee machine to work on for the day, and you get to make lots of coffees and drink lots of coffees and all that kind of thing. So what we've kind of put together, and again, it can be very much led by you guys as to whether there's enough interest to make it happen. The best way, the hospitality qualification has 36 shifts attached to it. That means you'd actually have to go out for 36 sessions into a workplace or a volunteer place and actually do that working and keep a logbook. I know a lot of you are not going to probably want to do that, even though it could be great fun and a great sort of lead into employment. That can be quite a load if you're just trying to get some skills to get out to get some part-time work. We've put together a Cert 3 in health support services, and that's really flexible. So we've been able to incorporate RSA, food handlers, barista, and a few other things like working with other people, culturally diverse workplaces, things like that might be of benefit to you down the track. The other area that we've been able to focus on is the Cert 3 logistics, which would help you get an understanding of what the transport industry's like, dispatch, receival, that type of thing. The chain of supply, just a bit more detail on that. So that could help you get some work in that field as well. We do have lots of other options floating around though. So in at our campus at Milton, we've got things like individual support, which is if you wanted to go and work in an aged care facility, nursing home, that could end up leading you into working in a hospital and a nursing pathway. We've got horticulture, conservation land management. There's a bunch of different things. So there's lots on offer, but today we're, I guess, primarily focusing on the couple of things that might have enough interest to run here at school. We will need, quite a few people to be interested to make it run. So if you've got a couple of mates and you think it could be a good thing to do, gather together and come and put down an expression of interest with Mrs. Trapp. If you can come and see her at some stage today, we've got a form. You can just put your name, email, phone number down. Maybe don't put your school email, put a personal email. That'd be great, because obviously school email won't work after a little while, so we'll need to have another form of communication with you. Does that sound good? There's one thing I do need to let you know about though. Year 12s get to do some of these certificates at no charge. The ones that we've put together, there is a $50 fee for, but things like individual support and childcare will have no charge to you through to the end of this year. So I know it's only, if there is a charge, it's only $50, but it might be something that motivates you enough to sign up to do one of those certificates that will be no charge. The other thing is that Cert 3 Guarantee is kind of a one-off funding. So think carefully about what you choose with this funding, because it may mean down the track, if you want to go and do another funded certificate by the state government, if it's not a high priority area, you might not be able to do it without doing an extra application for a second chance funding. So sorry to put so many hurdles there, but I just want you to kind of make some informed decisions. It is a great opportunity, great way to be able to come back and do it in a familiar surrounding, probably nice and close to where you live. Very low amount of money. If you were to pay to do barista, food handlers, RSA and all those sorts of units, they would probably cost you a minimum of $500 if you went to pay to do those somewhere else. So it is a good opportunity to do those, but just bear in mind you've got some other work to do with it to pull it into that funding model. Does that make sense? Sorry, I talked a lot. There's a lot of information there. Yeah, all good? If you have any questions, please come and see Mrs. Trapp, because I'm sure she'll be able to answer them. And all the best. Did you have anything you want to say, Barry?
Very quickly, I'm not trusted to do anything but bricks and mortars. This form will be in Ms. Trapp's office. We need you to fill that out so that we can have the numbers and organise training for you. And then we'll come back next week on Wednesday at 12:50 to do the sign-ups. You'll have to do LLN, and also just give you then the details of how it's going to all roll out. Congratulations to you all, and welcome to the world of work in a few weeks' time. Take care. Thank you.
Thanks, Dad.
All right, I was going to invite Mr. Moran to speak next, but since we're running a little bit behind time and teachers have to go to peer support, I'm going to ask Ms. Chappell to talk about the formal first. So please welcome her to the mic.
Well, thank you. All right, so it is 1 month and 1 day until you're formal. So get excited if you're not already. Hopefully you guys already know all the details. You filled out all your forms. Miss Potter's going to talk to you about forms later, probably. Yep, sweet. I'm just here to let you know that there is going to be a survey coming out to you guys just asking about what you want at your formal so that we can try and make it as much fun and as memorable as possible, because unfortunately, unless something changes, there will be no dance floor. I know, I'm sorry. So we're going to come up with some ideas to try and make it still really fun and entertaining for you guys. It is better than it was, however. So in the past, if we had had our formal when we were meant to, you would have literally had to sit down the entire time, and you could only stand up for a purpose, like to go to the bathroom. So you couldn't even go and like see your mates at other tables, whereas we can stand up and mill around unless something happens. So fingers crossed. So yeah, there's going to be a survey coming out about sorts of entertainment that you guys might like on the night. We might be able to do some sort of theme. I'll have to check with the venue as to what they'll give us. They might feel sorry for us and give us more stuff for free, hopefully. You know, I'll try and be persuasive. Also, what'll be coming out is your food options. So there's heaps and heaps of different food options that the venue provides for us, and we have to choose 2 of each. So 2 entree ideas, 2 main course ideas, and 2 dessert ideas. There was some sort of petition for like chicken palmy. Unfortunately, Cloudland, they're not going to do you guys a chicken palmy. I'm really sorry. I know Miss Potter loves a good chicken palmy, so you know. Yep. All right. Sorry, Year 12s. I know you're excited or not excited because of the lack of chicken palmy. So a survey will be coming out. If you are interested in letting us know what you want at your formal sort of food you want to eat, the sort of entertainment, obviously we'll do the best we possibly can. We can't promise you the world because, you know, but we'll see what we can do for you guys. So please fill that out for me. There'll also be some opportunities for you to put in some other ideas. So if you've got anything that you think will make the night special, I'd love to hear about it, and we'll try and do the best we can. So 1 month, 1 day, Year 12s, get excited.
All right, so just adding very, very quickly to that before I hand over to Jess and Brandon. We've asked for ideas before, and there's been very little that's come through. So if you don't come up with the ideas, then you're either stuck with our ideas, which you might not like, or there's no ideas. So when the survey comes out, please ensure that you participate in that. It's a bit like a vote. There's no point in whinging if you don't vote, yeah? All right, so let's get amongst it. All right, we are time for student leaders shout out. So let's celebrate and welcome Jess and Brandon to the microphone.
Thanks, everyone. As the year comes to a close with just a mere 6 weeks of high school left, we thought we should be thinking about who has been there for us along this journey. Whether we know or not, there have been an extraordinary amount of people who have put effort into not just us as a cohort, but us as individuals. And often overlooked in this wide group of people are our wonderful PSC teachers. So we'd like to take a short moment to thank each and every one of them in the most caring way possible by making fun of them.
So in consultation with PSC members across the grade, the prefect team has assembled a few awards that celebrate something funny, interesting, or nice about each teacher. We'd like to call up the prefect team to help present them. When your name is called, teachers, if you could just come down the front and we'll give you a round of applause. Thank you.
Our first award today goes to Miss Roberts for the best artistic skills.
Next, we have Mr. Bernardo for being the best polo shirt wearer.
Next up, we have Mr. Gaffney for being the most likely to bring a calculator to a party.
And Dr. Darbin for having the best beard.
For most likely to cheer you up, we have Mrs. Hayes.
And for having the trendiest glasses, we have Miss Bolton Hall.
We have Mr. De Silva as the most likely to have pretty stationery. He's away today, though. And Miss Marcellus for the most likely to ask where your FSK booklet is.
Next
For the best dressed, we have Miss Signorini.
And for being the most likely to randomly start playing the ukulele or guitar, we have Mr. Gillingwater.
For most likely to be related to Iron Man, we have Mr. Stark. Not here today. Not here today. That's all good. And for telling the best dad jokes, we have Mr. Naidu.
Last but not least, we have Mr. Matrizio for being the most likely to tell a math-related joke. Please give all our PSC teachers a round of applause.
Thanks, guys. So next up we have Ben Sharp and EJ Carey, who are performing an original piece. Please make them feel very welcome. Awesome job from Ben and EJ there. So student-led projects are always something to look forward to, as they demonstrate the talent and innovation of our friends and peers. Recently, as I'm sure we've all heard, Hayley Tran and India Bayliss have been collecting footage for an end-of-year senior video. Personally, I think they've done a great job, giving up their lunch breaks and personal time to put together a special memento of the year. We have a brief trailer for everyone to watch.
Awesome work, India and Haley. I can't wait. Thanks, Jono. Before we move on, there are two key individuals we need to thank, Miss Potter and Miss Van G. Unfortunately, Miss Van G is currently away due to family matters. By the time she's planning on returning to school, we'll all be on exam blocks. Little does she know, this parade is actually being recorded and will be sent to her later this week. So here's what we're going to do. To show our appreciation for everything Miss Van G has done for us, when I count to 3, and it's not going to be yet, we're all going to turn to the camera, which is back there, that big light, and we're going to scream a big thank you, Miss Van G, and you can do a little wave. Can the IT people please zoom out so we can get the crowd? All right, so recap. It will be 1, 2, 3, turn, thank you, Miss Van G, wave. Okay. Try to say it in that pattern so we can be synchronized. Are we all ready? Right, okay, so it's gonna be 1, 2, 3. Can we not? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're all gonna stand up in a very orderly fashion. We're all gonna stand up and come as close to the stage as we can. This is... I think that's actually a better idea. Can we film it? Okay. Do you wanna... Oh, you got... Okay, sorry guys. A+ planning here. Oh yeah, okay. No more turnaround, because we're up here now. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go, thank you, Miss Van G, and we'll wave and cheer. Say it in that pattern because we want to be synchronized. Are we ready? Okay. We're recording? 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Miss Van G. All right, awesome work, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. We really appreciate that. So the second person that we need to give a big thank you to is, of course, Miss Potter. Where to even begin? Throughout the course of the year, she has worked tirelessly to ensure that each of us have a great Year 12. She's worked late nights and weekends, she's sent hundreds of emails, checked up with us during lunch breaks, spoke to us on parades, but what makes her the most amazing yearco is the level of care and consideration that she puts into every single student in our grade. We could not possibly express our gratitude for everything you have done for our cohort and tell you how grateful we are for the support that you've not only offered to us as a cohort, but also to us as individuals. So I'd just like to invite everyone to give her a huge round of applause to thank you for everything.
Thanks, everyone. We have a short video on Headspace, which was our chosen charity for our senior gift, following the popular vote on the survey. So if we could please play that video now. Is there a video for us to play? Here are Winter and Emily to talk to us about it instead.
Hey guys, so I guess we're taking over now.
So as you guys know, each year we have a senior gift, and we looked at the survey and it was pretty clear that you guys wanted, as Brandon said, Headspace to be the ones that we give back to.
So Headspace is a mental health organization that focuses on supporting young people. 75% of mental health issues develop before the age of 25, so they're aiming to kind of give a preventative treatment and making sure that Australians are mentally healthy. At graduation, we'll be presenting a check to Headspace as a bit of a last hurrah and celebration. So yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily and Winter. Oh my god, what's that? Is that that? I don't know. Is that this? Pardon?
Yeah, we saw
I think it's okay. Okay. Okay, sorry everyone. So before we conclude today's parade, we would just like to wish everyone the best of luck for external exams. We know how stressful this period of time is for many of us, and we just wanted to remind you to work hard, study, consult your teachers, and look after your peers and friends during this time.
We are so close to the end, and the finish line is in sight. We have so much to look forward to following exams, formal, graduation, schoolies plans, and summer holidays. So let's all pull together and smash out the final stretch. We hope you all have a great week, and we'll hand over to Ms. Potter for some final messages.
Thank you, everyone. All right, I'm going to hand over to Mr. Moran, who will be sitting in for Ms. Van G for the next couple of weeks. So for his first Year 12 parade, please welcome him to the microphone.
Good morning, Year 12. I'm pleased that I got an opportunity to speak. I thought I got bumped by Miss Potter early, so I got my few moments. As Miss Potter said, I'll just be filling in for Miss Van G over the next couple of weeks. Over those next couple of weeks, the big part of my work will be helping you prepare for your external exams. In that, I'm certain that you understand how important they are. With that, the only thing that I really wanted to say this morning was the reason the external exams were put into place was to ensure equity and fairness across the state. With equity and fairness means lots of rules and procedures, that we follow exactly the same rules and procedures that every other school does in the state. So over the next couple of weeks, myself and the rest of the senior schooling team will be outlining that, and our aim is to ensure that you understand that, are well prepared for it, and that you're not walking in with any questions. Filling in for Miss Van G, I think, is a privilege. Being able to speak on your final parade is a privilege, and I'm thankful for that. And when Miss Trapp, I guess, speaks shortly, and when she takes you through the next couple of sessions, just make sure that you are fully attentive to that. In terms of the rules and processes, there is a rule and process for everything, which means over the weekend I spent 2 hours reading that booklet. But what that means for you is to ensure that you have the right equipment, that you're well prepared, that your calculator batteries are replaced, that you're on time, and that when you walk in, the only stress you've got is the exam and nothing else. And the last thing, I guess, that I would say is that your teachers, your senior schooling team are invested in your success. And when you do well, we feel good. And we look forward to celebrating your success and enjoying that special feeling of Year 12 when you get the opportunity to do so. So thank you, all the very best.
And before I convey my messages, I'm going to allow Ms. Trapp to say a few things, so please welcome her.
Morning, everyone. Last parade. Can't believe it. 2 more times, though, we'll see you as a cohort like this before your exams start, just to go over those finer details. That document that Mr. Moran was talking about is 56 pages of directions for administration that we need to follow. Myself, your supervising teachers on all of those exams, to make sure that we do the right thing. So it's a really, really big process, okay? So we're going to make sure that you're well informed all the way along. So to start that process, some of the things that you can be doing now before that happens, you've been emailed your equipment list, your directions for students, and your timetable. All right, so please, I'll send them out again to you in case you've misplaced them, because Miss Van G sent them out a little while ago. Please start familiarising yourself with that. The updated equipment list I will send to you, there's been a few little changes to that. They've also provided for us a prohibited items list, which I will send to you as well, so you know what not to bring. And it's probably better if you just don't bring it to school. That saves us having to worry about it. If you've got it, we have to take it, and so on and so forth. So please make this as easier for us and yourselves as you possibly can. As far as mobile phones go on the day, I heard a disturbing comment around mobile phones and essential English. Just remember, you students have your common internal assessment item on the very first Monday in your English classes. All right, the same rules apply to that as what apply to our general subjects. So mobile phones are not to be permitted in a classroom at all. They can't come into the room. So Ms. Noden has graciously has said that yes, the student services will accept your phones again this time, like they do for QCS each year. So it would be strongly advisable if you have your phone on you that you sign them into Student Services before your exam session, and you can get them back as soon as your exam session is over. Some of you might only have one exam session per day. Some of you will have two. It just depends on what subjects you're studying. So please consider that. The other thing is that you must be on time for your exams. Okay, that's a no-brainer. But with all the rules and regulations around these general exams, you have to be on time. Now, I'm going to suggest to you that you be earlier, at least 15, 20 minutes earlier than our scheduled move-in time, because that will give us time to check your equipment, just make sure you're calm and settled, and make sure that we're all on the same page for coming into those rooms. So we'll talk more about that in week 3 when we're getting a bit closer. If you happen to be away on the day of your exam, you must provide a medical certificate to us here at the school. All right, we then have to fill in what's called an illness and misadventure form through QCAA to be able to approve that absence. It's not like exams in classes. You can't sit the exam on a different day. All right, if you miss your exam, that's it. You miss it. Okay, so please make sure that you are well. Lots of hand washing, lots of hand sanitising, lots of social distancing to make sure that we do stay well. And if in the event that something happens, you need to provide a medical certificate. If something happens on the way to school, transport issues, car accidents, heaven forbid, buses are late, whatever, then you need to contact the school immediately to let us know where you're at. Okay? I do have a little window to be able to admit you to exam rooms, but not a very big one. So please make sure that you organise yourself ahead of time. We will be getting a lot of information to you via emails over the next couple of weeks, rather than seeing you together as a whole group. So please check your emails on a daily basis. Some of that information you will need to act on, and other things you'll just need to be aware of. So please check them each day. If you've got any dramas, please, of course, come and see us. I have emailed a few of you on the weekend. Those of you that have got clashes between Philosophy and Reason and Music Extension exam, and also Chinese and Japanese exam. I've emailed you students to come and see me today, please, at first break. Please make sure you do, because I need to let you know of the new arrangements and how that will work. And the other students who have their oral exams for the senior external exams today, so Lin, Trang and Si Young, I need to see you people at morning tea as well, please, to organise that for this week. So at the moment, that's it from me. Thank you very much in advance for your cooperation and for your support of what we're doing to help you. And remember that you will have a really good couple of exam weeks. You'll get there, and we're nearly finished. All right, and I'll talk to you again soon. Have a great day.
Can I have the first slide, please? Further back, formal slide, thanks. All right, I realise that this is information overload, but the reality is that even though we are in week 2, this is the last opportunity really beyond messages about external exams that I am going to have to speak about a variety of things. So I understand that, you know, it's a lot to take in, but you're just going to have to do that, remember, and act upon the messages. All right, in regards to formal, as you can see on the slide there was an email sent way back when on the 22nd of August from Ms. Van G saying that you were being emailed your letter or invitation, if you like, to the formal, okay? That was sent to the majority of you. I know there were a handful of people who were not sent that letter in the first submission, if you like, but the majority of you were. And yet, between now and then, and particularly in the last week, I have had numerous people come to me saying, I don't think I've had the letter. Everybody had the letter, with the exception of those, I would say, 15 people. All right? And some of those have since had that letter. So you need to go back to your emails to the 22nd of August, okay? And you need to find that electronic letter. You need to print it off, and you need to get it signed by your parent to say that they are giving you permission to attend that school event, even if you are 18. If you cannot find that letter, then you need to come and see me, and I will send it yet again. But we are running out of time, ladies and gentlemen. That letter should have been submitted to the finance window with your parent's signature by the last day of last term. So we're already almost 4 weeks late. You've got to get organised, okay? That letter also says that payment needs to be made by the 23rd of October. That is next Friday, the last day you are in attendance at school before your exam block starts. So far, 65 people have paid. All right? So number one, the letter needs to be signed and submitted to finance window. Then an invoice is sent out and you need to pay. Okay? It's your responsibility. If you want to go to the formal, you need to act. All right? So if you haven't got the letter, you need to see me. If you have got the letter, get it signed. If it's signed, hand it into the finance window. And once the invoice comes or is sent to your parents, ensure that your parents pay it. There's no good coming to see me 2 days before the formal when you return to school, or actually the formal is before you return to school, or while you're on exam block and saying, oh, I didn't know. You all know, all right? So let's get organised, okay? Because really you need to have that organisation sorted before you actually leave here on the 20th of November. Because when you're in the real world, people aren't going to chase you. Okay? All right. Couple of short messages. Xavier William, you are on duty today for canteen. Nina Grimley tomorrow, Ashley Hancock Wednesday, Tim Ryle Thursday, Jack O'Brien Friday. Please ensure you turn up at canteen duty, first break at the start, and do what you committed to do, please. In terms of sport, I would like to acknowledge Shuate Aila, Renee Nona, Tyler Beasley, Bella Allen, Olivia Burnett, Brandon Wong, Tane Wiramu, Jackson Wacker, who participated in the All Stars Touch, or All Schools Touch, all right, and got to the mixed open finals. Unfortunately, they were pipped at the post by 1 try only, but they gave their all. They represented our school with the utmost grace and in defeat, and let's give those a round of applause for representing Cav Road so well. And a special mention to Shuate, who received the female player of the final, which in itself is an amazing effort and so very well deserved. So Shuate, congratulations to you. All right, the other thing is that Miss Amos, I was going to say Georgina Amos, but we're not at that point yet where we're calling people by their first name. Ms Amos has organised for the Football Academy senior girls to play one last game against State High on Thursday at 4 p.m. Okay, they would love to see you there on the touchline supporting them. So, and don't forget, everybody deserves an hour out of study for our mental well-being. So if you're going to take an hour out, then make it Thursday and come and support those guys. And as an added bonus, Mr. Kalpakidis is firing up the barbecue, so there'll be a sausage sizzle as well. So that's an extra incentive for you to come and support the girls there. All right. Is Miss Tippett here? No? No? Okay. Can I have the slide in regards to CPR, please? All right. I mentioned at the end of last term that everybody, all senior students, in order to graduate, must have completed a session of CPR. Okay? Oh. Come over, miss, and I'll hand over to you in a moment. So you need to sign on for a session of CPR, okay? And those sign-on sheets are on the notice board today. All right? They look like that. That's on the board there. You pick a session that does not clash with your exams. All right? So you will need to know the times of your exams in order to fill in the sheet. There are 22 places per session. That is as much or as many people as we can have at one time. So please don't add extra names to the sheets. All right? It's up to you when you do the session, but everybody must complete it. Okay? When you come to school for that session, you will be here for roughly an hour. You are permitted to wear your sports uniform or your formal, but do not come to school in your own personal attire. All right? You will meet in T1. There will be sign-on sheets happening, and there will be social distancing rules taking place around that CPR, such as we're not actually going to breathe into the dummies. We are going to turn our heads to the side and breathe in that respect. There'll also be plenty of wipes to ensure that, that we sanitize those dummies, our hands, and any other part that we so desire. All right, so CPR, make sure that you sign on. You probably need to do it this week, okay? There's a range of sessions across the 3 weeks, so you can choose to do it early or late in that exam block. But please remember, when you sign on for a session, you need to turn up, all right? Because if you don't turn up and I haven't ticked your name off for CPR, then you will not be permitted to cross the stage. It's mandated by the government that all Education Queensland students must know some CPR before they graduate. The other thing is that if you have done a first aid course or CPR is still part of the Cert 3 fitness course, okay, and you have a certificate to prove that you have done it in your own time or as part of a curriculum, then you need to present a copy of that certificate to me. It needs to expire after graduation date, so the date of expiration needs to be after Friday the 20th of November. If you can do all that, then you do not need to attend a CPR session. But that is the only people who do not have to attend. Otherwise, I'm expecting to see everybody's name on one of those sign-on sheets. Okay? All right, there are one or two, couple of extra things for me, and I will return to the mic, but please welcome Ms. Tippett.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm a bit late. I'd just really like to speak to this in terms of the difficult year that we've had, but I have to say I'm particularly proud of our Year 12 visual art cohort. You received exceptional results as a cohort. Out of a class of 41 students, 19 of those students received in the IA2 20 and above, with 3 students receiving full marks, 25 out of 25. This, the context of this is Ms. Schaefer and I got together and we submitted 4 students' work to the Creative Generation Visual Art Awards, and that process basically selects students and their work goes on display in the Queensland Art Gallery for a year. That will be next year. It's a very, very prestigious award or I guess competition in a way. So could I ask the following just to come up, please, just to receive their participation awards. That's Bella Ruff. I'll hop down and we'll do it that way, I think. Bella Ruff, Isabella Barber, Lauren Yap, wonderful work, and Harriet Ramsey received a commendation award. So well done to all of you. Thank you. Well done. Thank you. Well done. Lovely work.
All right, round of applause. Thanks, Ms. Tippett. Okay, 2 last things. External exam block. It is, needless to say, I wish each and every one of you all the very best for the upcoming exams. Okay? just make sure that you go in there prepared. The only thing that people can ask of you is that you give your best, all right? So I hope you are in the right frame of mind, I guess, and as I said, prepared for those exams. Go in there with a positive mindset and come out of there knowing that you have done all that you can. No one can ask for more than that. And we look forward to seeing you during those exams. We look forward to seeing you at the formal to celebrate a little bit of a reprieve there before the last couple of days of the exam block. And we look forward to seeing you on the Wednesday when you return to full-time school for the last couple of days. All right? And it seems fitting to me that as we close this final parade, that the last word should come from the wonderful Ms. Van Gee. So listen up, and once she's done, thank you very much. You may leave.
Hello 12s. I just wanted to let you know that I'm thinking of you. Sorry I can't be with you at the moment. Just busy caring for my elderly dad who's 88 and not doing so well at the moment. But I just wanted to say I haven't forgotten you. I miss seeing you around. I miss seeing your faces. I do look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. Before that, I know that you'll be busy preparing for your external exams. Remember, you've been really preparing for these since you were in prep. So you know what? You're going to be fine. Just get amongst them, do it. You've got a terrific support crew around you. Of course, you've got Miss Trapp, Mrs. Potter, Mr. Moran. We're all here, and your teachers, of course. You've got this. Can't wait to see you soon, and hope that you've all got yourselves ready for that formal. Sending you lots of love. Bye.
All right. I love how just seeing her brings smiles to everybody's faces. All right. Thank you to Ben and EJ. Thank you very much. Thank you to the leaders. Great parade. Great shout outs. Take care. All the best. See ya.